Hi, creative friends. This is Freya, and thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to do something just a little bit different today. I decided that I am going to take a few days to get back to this spread because I want to do a little bit more journaling. I want to do a little more of a deeper dive into expressing how my emotions are going to make their way onto the page and to really see what exactly this particular lady, this spread, how she wants to move, where she wants to go. And one of the things that I really love about this community and YouTube is it's such a different medium than other social media sites because, you know, you're making videos and there's just another added element that makes it more human to human. And I love all the comments that you guys leave. So I got a comment that this lady was a wild woman. And I mean, I just was over the moon about it because, I mean, obviously I'm delving really deep into Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes' work, and the wild woman archetype is the bones of women who run with the wolves, like it's even on the cover. So I just love that. But then I received also another comment that was so poetic, and I'm going to read it out because I actually wrote it in my studio log. So the comment said that when she looked at this woman, that, you know, she didn't see the wild woman, but she saw a deeply wounded soul crying silent tears, and it even falling onto her breast. And maybe it was a broken heart, question mark. And I just really felt that. Like I really, really just deep in my bones felt that. And thank you so much for leaving that beautiful comment. So I love both of those aspects to this lady. Like I love that wild woman, you know, that strong, bold, just the wild womanness, if you will. And then I also love the poetic, the deep, the feeling, the intuitive, the wounded part as well. And I think those both parts can coexist because, you know, when we go through things, when we accept our feelings, and when we stand in our truth, when we are who we are, show up as we are, we don't try to cover up our feelings, we are in touch with our feelings, we give them voice, we give them space, then we do move through to the wild woman. So, anyways, so I am going to leave this aside for a few days because I just want to go a little bit deeper, and I will talk about some of the prompts that I'm using in my studio log. But first, I just wanted to also do kind of a flip through of how I'm progressing on my healing ancestral trauma art journal. But a few years ago, I can't remember exactly how many years ago, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, I really started to understand on a deeper level that the healing that I am doing, the shadow work, all the deeper dives into my childhood and therapy and just all of that stuff, it was not separate from my art journey, but it was all the same thing. It was just a different aspect of it. And, you know, sometimes people might ask, well, what does, you know, healing have to do with art? And, you know, aren't they like completely separate? And the answer is no, because I am a whole human being and I bring all of myself to my art. Um, like I don't say, oh, I'm gonna leave this part and I'm gonna only bring this part to my art. We bring all of ourselves to whatever we are making, whether it's we're making a family or whether we're making art or whether we're making pottery or whatever it is, writing, it could be anything. We're whole human beings and we bring all of ourselves. So when I start delving into shadow work and all of those things, it is absolutely going to affect my art, and it's going to affect the art that I make. It's going to affect how I approach my art. It's going to affect, you know, the questions that I ask, the answers that I give. I mean, it's all intertwined. And I started understanding this quite a few years ago, but, you know, as I'm delving deeper and deeper into shadow work and all of that stuff, I'm understanding it on such a deeper and deeper and deeper level still. So what I'm doing is I am writing stuff in my studio log, and one of the things I wanted to do with this particular portrait is to see how I can use collage to express deeper emotions. So I'm not sure if I should do the flip through first and then get back to this. You know what? I think I'm just going to talk about this right now. So some of the guided prompts that I am using, and of course, you know, if you are going to work this way, you would come up with your own prompts, but maybe this can give you like some ideas. So one of the prompts I have is right now my emotions feel like, and then I just write. I can just like, you know, just dump all my words, my stream of consciousness writing onto the page. Another prompt is, if this feeling had a shape, it would be like, what would the shape be? Because shape is a very important element in art. Another prompt is, the colors that express this particular emotion are, and then I would, you know, do another like just dump stuff onto the page, stream of consciousness. Another one that I really like is, if this emotion could speak, what would it say? Another one that I also really like is, a memory that carries this same feeling is, and then I would write about it. Another one is, a part of me hidden underneath this feeling is. Another one is this, if this feeling could transform into something new, it would become what? And the last one that I have is, what collage elements remind me of this feeling? So those are just some of what I am working on right now. And like I said, I'm just diving really deeply into not only the collage and this mixed media portrait, but also my healing ancestral trauma art journal. So basically, like I said, I was, you know, just putting on this name, trying it on for size. I'm also, you know, trying on different parts of my cutout figures on. I'm just putting different figures on here to just see how I like it, you know, what exactly I want to go with, because I'm pretty sure now that I do want to hot glue a like a cutout painted lady figure onto the cover, and I'm so excited about that discovery. So I have been working on this art journal now. Like I said, it's still not complete, but I'm just gonna do a flip through of what I have been working on thus far. And you guys, my studio table is a raving mess, which I love, because I mean, creativity is messy, but I think I need to clean it up also. It's quite difficult for me to kind of move around here. And right now, I don't know if I want to add words to my journal, like to this journal. I think I'm going to. And, you know, I'm just, like, I do have that there, I am the story. But other than that, I don't have any other words. And so I am thinking of, like, going into my studio log and, like, picking out different phrases and different words that I am writing about this journal and everything I'm kind of discovering. I'm also thinking about like the work I'm doing in my shadow work. I'm seeing, hey, do I want to add some of that onto here? So I'm just thinking about all these different ways of approaching this book. And I would say right now that the book is, I mean, it's hard for me to say, like, I really don't know. I want to say it's about 40 or 50% done. Even though all the pages are worked on, the figures are not done. You know, it's gonna look different. Like, these are the nuts and bolts of it, these are the bones of it, but it's gonna have quite a lot more layers, I'm thinking. And I do have another word here, truth, but I'm thinking of, like, not only words but phrases and I don't know, like, just I'm a big word person. I love adding words to my art journals. And, like, I'm just gonna bring this up closer. Can you see all the deliciousness that happened? That was actually because I had closed my page, and some of the pages kind of like the page just, it didn't stick, but it just kind of like took off some of the surface of the page. So when I put the ink over top of it, it made that gorgeous, beautiful kind of texture, and I just really love it. And I love the way these ladies, they have different shapes, and the expressions on their face, you know, they are different. And I love all those shapes. I really do. So one of the things I just realized here is that when I use this very graphic black and white paper, when I use it in conjunction with the red, it gives it a much different feeling. Just the combination of the red with this black and white paper, as opposed to, say, if I had to put this black and white paper here, I don't think it has the same kind of like, it just doesn't have that same like feeling, I guess. I mean, I still love it here, and it adds so much to this page, but it doesn't have, like, I wouldn't put it against that. This is more of a peach color. I would put it over here. And I'm just like learning how like different elements together, they just really add so much. Like, I think this red and gold against the red backdrop would look very different if it was in another spread. And I love it here. It's just like, it's just so like powerful, you know, because if this was against like another color, I don't think it would have that same kind of feeling. And that's my paper towel again, which I love, by the way. And that's my paper towel again. And this is where because I have this painted, this cutout figure, I put it over top of the collage. And that's kind of new as well, because I haven't done that before. And this is the last lady, and I left a lot of the page to show through. And yeah, you guys, so that's where this book is heading, and I'm really excited about where it's going. I'm interested, I'm curious, and I am waiting to get back to this portrait, and I'm just loving so much about it. So anyways, you guys, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.